Morning, morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, we are here in this place this morning. Brand new day.
Of this world, the world would love its own. But very soon my change will come. Yes, the bridegroom is coming. The bridegroom is coming. Yes, Christ is coming back for me with a brand new body. A brand new body. A brand new crown I shall wear, and you he will leave. Brothers, trim your lamps, my stars, get ready now for the midnight cry. Go ye out to meet him, go ye out to meet him. Soon we'll tell this whole world goodbye. Yes, the skies is coming back for me with a brand new coming, a brand new crown I shall wear. Yes, a brand new name he will give me, and a brand new home over there. Trim your lamps, my brothers. Trim your lamps, my sisters. Get ready for night.
Water to my soul long after the as the
We give thanks and praise to the Most High God. Our program, which is powered by the blood of Jesus Christ. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Share the channel. Hit a link this morning. We're going to be talking to Shadow Minister in check it out, everybody, until 11. Yeah, man. So we talk back to you then.
I want you more than gold.
I want you more than gold. Or silver can satisfy. It's the best thing your life friend. My friend, you are my brother. Oh, you are here. You alone. Desire to worship and to worship.
I'm not so comfortable with my internet connection this morning. I'm watching the signal, and it don't look so nice like how it normally is. So I was preparing you for any food drop off based on based on how I'm seeing the signal running. The more let's power it up, power it up by the blood of Jesus Christ. Let's power it up. So we say share the link with somebody, and we're gonna be talking to Fitz Jackson this morning because I believe that programs like these we need to use them to edify our people, educate our people, and it's not just mainstream media that needs to speak the truth. Also, people if by a lack of that knowledge of something, and we don't mention it. You understand what I'm saying? So we are here this morning. You can give us a call, 804-7072. Save it in your phone so you can call up on WhatsApp or you can call us straight. We take your calls at any time. People who are doing their own private business and help people and keep it quiet, that is their business. Because it's not just about helping people, but it's about doing your duty to ensure that there are amenities that the average man in the street needs to those work. So you do it. We don't know what you're doing. We government election, One of it talk to candidates, people. No, but I make some man just come to and say vote for me because them are labor right or them are PNP. They must be able to talk to and explain what it is that they are offering. And listen to you and hear what you want and explain to you how they are going to deliver what you want. It's not a beauty contest. It's not a pretty show. And that's why Jamaica is in the dilemma. Our local government don't work for the people. We have a team put forward by the People's National Party that I am putting my reputation on, that will deliver. We are ready to tell you what we are going to deliver and how we're going to deliver it. We are here to tell you that we believe in local development, and it is we, the people, us, we can start the development of Eastern Portland and Portland proper. We can. Yes. You know, I think I should have, before we go any further, restart this internet. You know, when you see trouble coming. So, viewers, we're going to restart. But I wonder if I can be more skillful and see if we can get rid of the downtime before we restart the main internet. So we do this for the love of the people and to educate people. And therefore, I don't think I will want to teach you them. And it is ideal to have your producer. But, you know, we do the show, run the show by ourselves. You know? And where is that? Here it is. Yeah, and ensure that. So the internet is not looking good. So I just working out a new connection, restart this connection, and I want we can switch the connections quickly. All right. So we switch the connection. So let me do this. I will rise every morning. I will sing every evening. I will lift my voice, with my voice in praise. I got. Breathe over my soul. Sounds of Luciano, Portland Spice TV on a Saturday morning. At 9:30, we're going to be talking to Mr. Fitz Jackson, Member of Parliament and the opposition shadow spokesman on matters dealing with Portmore. So we're going to talk a little bit about Portmore this morning. Well, most of what we want to talk to Fitz about is the banking crisis. What is happening in Jamaica? He had taken the bank to court for a check that they charge him to change. Now, what Fitzjackson is doing is actually, got to the parliament at one time and they voted at the time of the People's National Party voted us, and every member of the Jamaica Labour Party, the people of Jamaica. Believe me, they voted against the people of Jamaica. And you believe that the people of Jamaica would vote against them, man. People of Jamaica voted for them again. Because in my estimation, some people never really understand what Fitzjackson was saying. Because the GLP at the time distort the argument by saying that Fitzjackson, that was not what Fitzjackson bill was saying. Fitzjackson bill was simply saying that the banks should not charge you to deposit your money, and the banks should not charge you to withdraw your money based on the fact that it is a compulsory that you use the bank. So there should be some minimum service standard. And the banks should not charge you to encash a check that they have issued. And them give this piece of paper, because as a businessman, you have to buy the check from the bank. So you shouldn't pay to change it. And in fact, when Fitzjackson took them to court, you know, we'll hear that this morning. And I don't think them collecting for change check at that bank anymore. But the next bank, I think, is still collecting. All green? Uh, all right. This is blues. Oh, stop. We're seeing some problems coming. No, where we're supposed to be. Well, we're not seeing it. It's not even here. Okay, here it comes. Give us the meat of the matter. And we are about people understanding what is happening in their country, and if it continues, what can happen. Because some people don't realize that if we don't do something in no, something will happen in the long term. And I shown an example when Crawford said goat and them laugh. That was 2019. And now the chickens have come home to roost. The chickens have come home to roost. Government importing goats left, right, and center. We could have and we should have been ahead of the game. Had we invested when the man say invest. I want to say to you, my people, we in morning and welcome, sir. I want to say to my people that it is not just the leaders that needs vision. People must be able to light. You must be able to see beyond the, oh, just trust me. Countries must be run by laws. And men must live by those laws. They have to be disciplined. They have to be disciplined. And the leaders have assured to abide by the laws. The lawmaker should not be the biggest lawbreaker. So people are healthy, who you can call upon and them give a thing. It have to be better than that. I promise to stand up for justice. I promise to actively so that under God increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and that would play a part of the whole human race. I tell you about the pledge. The anthem for this country. I mean, we are so creative. We are so creative. We don't get the chance to achieve from our creativity the full potential of that creativity. Portland needs leadership. Anything that you're doing, somebody have to be leading it, who have a vision, who have a clear path, must be able to show that path that they want to take you. And yeah, if you say we are campaigning, and let me tell you this, this program is open to any candidate from the GLP who wants to speak. 804 7072, you can call me. Any candidate from the PNP, you can call them to talk. But just come plan to talk the truth. And we have honest and frank discussions right here on Portland Spice TV. It is where the truth, we're talking to the world. And even after we come off of the live, people from around the world joining. I want to thank you. And we're growing and we ask that you subscribe to the channel. Yeah? That every Saturday morning, that's the difference that we are bringing to leadership. It is leadership on your behalf. You will have a chance to tell me what it is that you want to be done. And I will be able to communicate to you how we're going to get it done, where we are on it. So it is not going to be a do nothing council anymore. The public sitting of the parish council will be broadcast live every second Saturday, every second Thursday on social media or on mainstream media. Mainstream media will carry it. It's up to them if they don't carry it. The parish council will have a channel that carries that meeting, anything public. In the Gleaner few days ago, where the GLP candidate for the, because that is one of two things. That is one of either a blatant lie or corruption. You cannot spend the council's money if you are not elected. Or maybe I say you should not. So if that young lady was fixing road in the Rio Grande Valley with the parish council money, that is an illegal act and needs to be investigated. And if that is not so, then it means and cannot. You want to hear me? The article in the newspaper, and this article here. Let me see. Because the article, GLP confident of fellowship division victory. And it's, well, you see, the article is laced with inaccuracy. Because the article is saying died in 2019. So that's the first inaccuracy. So we now have to wonder. It seeks to mobilize party workers ahead of much anticipated GLP workers meeting. Change of fortunes lady, seemingly as popular poll, has propelled her into pole position ahead of local government election. Previously, there were reports and indication that the GLP control fellowship division seemingly was going back to the People's National Party. So they're admitting that we're leading. But Tuesday, I never know that you have journalists invited to workers' meeting. But it says Tuesday turnout arguably paints a different picture. As according to Green, hold on, because I want to get this. According to Green, her hard work through the division. I have been working in this division since 2018. So she was working when Louis Brown was the councillor. Because remember now, she says she has worked since 2018. I have been working in the division since 2018, and my involvement with the people speaks volume. I have traversed the hills and valley, and I know what the needs of the people are, she told the gathering Tuesday night. I was working with Louis former councillor, Louis Brown, at the time in the division. But since I was selected as the candidate, everybody just came on board. Some later than others. And the support and love I get from the division is dear servant leader. And it is coming at a time, it is coming to that time, election time. And the election is no dibby election. We need to send some strong message to the PNP, and we need to send some strong message to the PNP from them, for them to leave out of East Portland, the stagnation. So she's saying that East Portland is stagnant. It is removed from East Portland and make way for prosperity. So, voila. For 8 years, and they have had the member of parliament for 4 years. And there is stagnation, is so Miss Green said, is not me say so. This election is about ensuring that the stagnation is removed from East Portland and we make way for prosperity. And that is why we elect Anne-Marie Vaz. The charge towards prosperity. So don't let nobody say uno as stepping stone to get where they want to. Oh, so I guess you know I'm gonna way. People look to their councillors for help them. People look to their councillors for drive development in the community. My role is to serve the people, and the people will serve me. When we need to increase the production of our farmers, I want to get to the part. Paving the way, continue and run for the GLP. To continue the run for the GLP, or if our political rival, Colin Bell, PNP, will derail that process. Green said her intention is to construct skill training center. We'll point under. I want to find the part, man. Green spoke to the length. It's also time to remind the gathering that in order for her to continue the work. All right, make start here. So Green, who spoke at length, also took time out to remind the gathering that in order to continue the work, they would have to ensure that whenever the elections is called, she's elected as the councillor for the fellowship division. She claimed that she amount. Oh no, I'm reading bad. She claimed that the amount of work done by her, even though she's not yet an elected official, is unprecedented. She also laid claim to farm roads. So, see here, this is the paragraph. She claimed that the amount of work done by her, even though she's not yet an elected official, is unprecedented. She also laid claim to farm roads in Bellevue, Kent, Moortown, Seaman's Valley, in the Upper Rio Grande Valley, which undergone major rehabilitation. Now, that is the paragraph, the last paragraph. Or you claim, or what kind of claim? Lay claim. The Bellevue Road was applied for by Dr. Linville Bloomfield to RADA. It came through under Anne-Marie Vaz. We know that. And the people of Bellevue know that. that piece of road, the claim went in. You, madam, can't do nothing about it. In fact, I would have more claims to those roads being dealt with. What they are doing in the Rio Grande Valley now is to say we're doing something because SHACKA fame are running at the Rio Grande Valley. No other division in the constituency. I'll tell you, they are fixing roads. They are fixing the road to Kent. And the member of parliament is the person who get them road done. Not the councillor can. So it's either the, but I want to assume or suspect that what the council, as I said, is either corrupt, corruption or somebody is lying. When people just lie so, claiming things that are not theirs, it move. You can't trust them, my people. Them are not counselor yet. You can't trust them. So it not take long for them show who they are. So long we've been in media. And what's it's not about self. It's not about self. It's about this country called Jamaica.
SHACKA fame. SHACKA fame a play. SHACKA fame comfy, lock down the city without no pity. Sound like a dead like that. No leaky. Them can't check me. SHACKA fame a run for it now, God. Wherever this go wrong, the rate and the poor. Wherever this go wrong, SHACKA fame a play for the rate and the poor. Wherever this go wrong, SHACKA fame a play for the rate and the poor. Hey, them say he gone up. From Cash Plus my shop, he gone up.
Yeah,
He
man.
gone up. No stone boy get
Yeah,
up.
man.
He gone
Whole
up.
family.
You them in a the get that say shop, he gone up. Gone up SHACKA fame. He gone up. Flour and rice gone up, he gone up. Yard, level is gone up. SHACKA fame a play for the rich and the poor. Level is gone up. SHACKA fame a play for the rich and the poor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Morning, everybody. Welcome those who just joining. We're all over the world. Portland Spice TV. We have Fitz Jackson on the line. Mr. Jackson, morning.
Good morning, Scarlett, and good morning to your listeners. Hello, are you hearing me?
Hold on, Mr. Jackson. Don't move a muscle. Hello?
I'm hearing you. Are you
I
hearing
know
me?
you're there. Hold on. Let's see if we get this back. Yes, yes, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, man.
Yes, man. You're back. How you doing?
I am good, you know. I am good.
Well, the year is still young.
Yeah, man, I am.
All right. And you talk about the bill that you have brought to Parliament and the case that you have brought against a certain bank. And we know we can't go to detail in the case. But
Yeah.
I want you, Fitz, to explain to us that bill at your table because there's a regulate the banks and tell them how much to charge. That is the pitch that a lot of people is getting from the government because they voted for the bank and voted against the people. What was the bill?
Okay. The bill essentially, they call it, well, a prelude to what bill ought to deal with. As you know, for some time, many persons have been complaining almost to say good morning to the bank charger, to transfer, to make an about your account, all of those things, to encash a check, the charge your fee, to add to what you have, the charge in your fee. And if you want to go into the bank, and if you want to know, many of them stop give passbook now for some time now. If you need to get inquire about transaction and you go to the same bank to get in cash, them charge you a fee. And some other things regarding even ATM machine, where you go to the machine, it's not working, you can't make a transaction, and them debit an amount for your account, even if you can't get the money that is in your account. The charge of fee, you don't know what the fee is, and then that against your account, even for the ATM withdrawal. So a whole range of fees that they had imposed over the past 10 years prior to that. Go to the Parliament and say, this is the problem that people are complaining about. Let BOJ examine this thing that is happening. And from from that examination, the findings of their inquiry, let the make some recommendation that can alleviate those challenges to the customers. Or other save, and you save it for a long time and you're not drawing out anything. It's considered dormant, and then they charge a fee monthly for you not using the money when you go to bank to save money, but because the committee did its work and made a set of recommendation. And interestingly, Parliament opposition, then opposition, and in that case it was Carl Samuda. And we made a set of recommendations based on our hearing from all the banks who came to the committee and from other interest parties who made submissions. And we made a raft of recommendations and made a very strong and forceful presentation of those recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
So the House approved of the recommendations. I know the next step now is for action to be taken in respect of those recommendations. When that was done was the end of 2015. And then the government February 2016, because you know the Parliament went on recess Christmas, and in February government changed. Nothing happened. I went to then Minister Shaw, Minister of Finance. I decided I'm going to utilize the facility I have as a member to take those recommendations that were arrived at on a bipartisan basis and put them into an amendment bill, which what the bill basically says, you know, it establishes a minimum service package, which is to say every account holder at a bank should have a minimum level of service available to them against their account at no charge. So in nowhere the bill seeks to set a fee by anything. What the bill says is a depositor must be able to deposit money in their account for no charges. They must be able to withdraw money from their account, at least 120 such transactions per year, which end up to be 10 such transactions a month. You know, many governments, they do it through bank transfers. So the money goes into the bank, and that's where the pay is. And they have to collect to pay them rent and pharmacy and everything. Because people do those from them pay.
Yes.
So we figure each worker, who a man will get paid twice every 2 weeks, right? Him should be able to go at least 4 times to the bank. So if it's 10 transactions per month free, it would come about 2.5, rounded off to 10 transactions for that month.
Right.
And we deliberately put it to 120 per year and not 10 per month. So if you do only 2 transactions this month,
you can do the
you
rest.
don't lose the extra 8 the next month. You can carry over.
Exactly.
While if you put it to just 10 for the month, if you happen to have to do a lot of transaction, withdrawal, and right, you could have used up and end up yes, and the next month, whenever you know.
Right.
So we make it spread over 1 year accumulative.
Makes
basis.
a lot of sense to me.
So for example, it said it clearly says you can't charge people for dormancy. In other words, you know, it's so contradictory
because
you
a
encourage
savings
people to
account and you put down the money in there, and if you left it too long, them charge you.
Well, I give you a case, Colin. A constituent of mine drew out to my attention a couple of years ago that his relative in Manchester had his mother was ailing up in age. I know all of we treat our mother, especially of both parents, to treat the mother special.
Yes, mama.
He want when the mother pass away and can put with the mother in a decent way to reflect how he feel about the mother. So he have a when he said that cow there, when the mother did him, I was tell the cow there to bury him.
I'll put the money at the bank.
And him deposit the money in an account. The mother live now. Fortunately, the mother never dead quick.
Yeah.
Live a bit longer, so the money still there.
Unfortunately,
purpose of that money of a bury his mother. But even before mother dead, they have a calf. When him go to the bank with the money we get from the calf we himself, he realized that almost the money gone out there from the thief.
Nope.
And it up because him lose the money we sell from the cow in the bank.
Yes.
Because they fear the cow they will get stolen. They lose that the money. Because the point I'm trying to make. He put the money in the account for safekeeping.
And
all of them gang up. At $600.
We want to get into some questions, Fitz, but let me ask you about the check situation. How much you can
Yes.
tell us about that you are taking the bank to court for a
Clear bill seek to do. The bill seek to establish a minimum service package for account holder,
right.
which will ensure that the money that they put in their bank, in the bank, but which the bank can use while it is there,
Right.
that they don't create a liability for them. That is it.
Except
Mike Henry said principally could never vote against it.
Fitz,
All
I
the
like
rest
to
of
put
them,
it.
including
I like to put it this way: that the members, the government side, voted against the people of Jamaica in favor of the bank. Is that fair? Is that a fair
You're
statement?
absolutely correct. And
So
that bill, when it came to the vote, all the PNP members and the opposition bench voted for it.
So national mechanism that they wanted to use the bankers, not to save. Because if you put on the money there and not touch it over a period of time, you lose it.
Fortunately, though, however, after I tabled the bill, I found out that the existing Banking Services Act of Jamaica has a clause in there, Section 36. It requires the bank to keep the money that is deposited in there safely. So it occurred to me, if they unilaterally impose a dormancy fee and cause the amount you put there to go away, then they would have been within 2 weeks, Colin, all of them suspended the dormancy fee.
So have they given back people money that they have taken before?
Absolutely not.
No, then hold on. So you're saying to me that you found a clause in the Banking Act that said them can't take the dormancy fee. They ceased doing it, but they have not repaid what they took.
Exactly.
So isn't this a case for people, even that man with that cow money, to go reclaim his money?
You know, I see where you're going, Colin. But you know what I found out over the years, Colin, which is regrettable? Small people, small in terms of money, I mean, not small in body, not much money, some money and whole heap of money. They're afraid of the bank. They're afraid of the bank. So, boy, if them bank, them here say them take action, go them don't want them have no account at the bank. And then if them don't want them have no account at the bank where they need for doing business, other banks don't want to open an account to them because no, the law no require the bank to open an account to this. A choice that they make. But because them don't want the bank take action against them and then can't get the bank services.
But in a clear cut case like this, the fact that the bank has ceased doing it, that is the evidence, you know. Any lawyer who take up a case like this and collect after, oh, you lose, you can't lose.
When they refuse to do the right thing, it's because of the mind that you have.
Whoa.
It's a mind of embracing wrong.
Yeah.
It's a mind of embracing unreasonableness. It's a mind of uncaring disposition. That's what it confirms.
But tell us about the responsibility of the legislature, of which you are one. We are what, 63 and 21.
And plus 20. Well, the due to answer your question, Colin, the duty of a government, of a parliament elected by the people, is to protect the interests of the majority of the people.
But,
Simple.
but do we have enough Jamaicans who really care about the day-to-day running of Jamaica? What affect their life, where they are losing out?
You do have some, but not sufficient. And I want to urge your listeners to recognize the fact that we have a responsibility as citizens. Stand up for what is right, to stand against what is wrong. So why the banks will continue to do what they do. Because they have the power to do it, the power that them take on, and the people not using their power.
And the power that the government allows them.
Indeed. But we the people allow the government to do it and get away with it. Because we elect them.
Well,
That means that we feel comfortable hurting ourselves.
In a couple of weeks, the people can speak.
They have a voice. Indeed, on the 26th, they can vote based on their action that people agree with or don't agree with. And I'm saying to your listeners in Portland and wherever else they're listening, that they have an opportunity to say to the government, we elect you to protect our interests first before for those super rich. Now, we're not talking about some other business people, We're talking about a super rich bunch of people who own the banks and operate the banks. You saw where the banking fees went to the other day with the NCB office fees because they needed to cover expenses. What are those expenses? The multi-billion-dollar salaries that they pay their principals.
And still making multi-billion-dollar profit.
And let me answer to say, I welcome businesses making sense of the pension earners, the minimum wage earners. No, is at their expense you make multi-billion-dollars in profit. How can that be fair or reasonable? Certainly not.
Tell us about the check.
What now? Just like how I found that the dormancy fee was it describes and defines what a check is.
Yes.
And you say a check is no ordinary piece of paper, you know.
Okay.
A check is no ordinary piece of paper. It's a major instrument.
Yes.
A check, any piece of paper, I call it payee, and signed by the person who they call the drawer, who the one who draw the check to you.
Yes.
And the drawee, who is the bank against which the man draw the check.
Yes.
When he must write a certain amount of money, right? Like $5,000, and say, pay Colin Bell $5,000. Once the check satisfies all of those things, it is deemed to be a bill of exchange and a negotiable instrument.
Yes.
The bank has an obligation to settle that negotiable instrument unconditionally. That's what the law says.
So the condition of you paying him to settle the check was not there.
When they say unconditionally, meaning it's like if me give you a $5,000,
just go spend
there
it.
is no condition. No condition. But the difference between a easily transfer from Tom, Dick, and Harry,
Yeah.
and I have to sign nothing.
Right.
In the case of a check, it is specific to the person that it make out that at the same $5,000.
Yeah. Yes.
You can't transfer it unless you can't transfer it to John Brown,
Right.
right? But you couldn't just go with a check in a grocery store and just get something. You have to endorse it. You have to transfer it now to the man who owns the store.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is one of the big difference between is the value last week as it is today or next year. Unless for inflation and things like those. $5,000 is $5,000. Just that time of the day.
It's $5,000.
What them charge a man who write the check you?
For the
who
check
is
already.
The drawee, the drawer. Because every man who write a check pay a fee to the bank every month, you know.
You have to buy the check
The
leaves.
Right.
Yeah.
So they come to you, get the check now and say, Then get 2 bites of the apple
Yes.
on the same check.
Yes.
So the Bills of Exchange Act, when I read it, in fact somebody tell me about it, and me go read it.
Yeah.
And when we read it, we realize that them a break the law. So we go to a team of lawyers and say, "Oh, no know about law more than me.
Check this.
Look on this matter for me." And the man said, "No, man. But some lawyer afraid to take it because they're afraid to go out afraid to take the case because they're
Free the banks.
But look, and then Henry.
And
when
what?
they go through the law, them say fits your case strong.
Yes.
And we take it. And we work out fees with you. Right? But this are even bigger than you. This are for Jamaica.
This is for the people.
Here. This is for the people.
Yes.
And that's why I have a lot of respect and regard for them. Because them prepare for stand up
But the
and defend the law in defense of ordinary people.
do you get the understanding that the Jamaican people under?
And the government never helped. Because just as you said before that many people say that they are trying to set fee, which is not true and put it blatantly, it's a lie. Nowhere in that bill it specifies any fee to be charged. All it says is that certain services
should not be charged for.
Provided to each account holder without any charge.
I think that's very simple, but then them say common sense no common.
No, but you see the problem,
or it's deception.
The problem, is billions of dollars the banks take off of them.
It's a police detective plan a heist on a bank. And they broke into the bank, get into the bank computer system, and just transfer $10 from every account. But when those $10 add up, because what the technician who found out what happened said to them is the from our account transfer 200 years, and the men over $10 billion by moving $10. So when the bank charging us $100 for this fee and $200 for this fee, is nearly $2 million. I would charge that.
Well, you know.
So what was the result with it? Tell us.
So must have any defect, right? A couple important things have happened so far, you know.
Right. So tell us those. Because those are public.
File it before the court, which is a public document, right? So I'm not breaching any confidentiality
Right.
of it, right? I won't go into other things. But what is of public knowledge
That's what we're asking.
is that I will say in their filing, in their last defense that they filed before our, they have now terminated the encashment for account holders and non-account holders of PNS.
So hold on. So because of the lawsuit brought by Fitzjackson, BNS no longer charged to change check.
Right, both for customers and non-customers.
They don't. Once you come with a check with 5,000,
Right,
you get
they don't-
back
they don't charge
5,000.
them. Right, and everything okay with it, no charging a fee.
Continue.
And the second important thing, well, second other thing, they refunded me the $385
That they charge
that
you.
they had charged me. But I sent it back. I said, no. We have a case in court.
Right.
That $385 is one of 4 other things that I asked the court for. And you
Yes.
can go come chop up my case
I want to try
And
get
give it back.
one out.
and try to get one out. So,
So-
I said,
so-
no, man.
so
Wait
they-
until
hold
the
on.
one thing.
So they thought it was about the $350.
Well,
They
you
thought
come to your
they
own
thought that's what this was about. $350.
So do I know instantly. Most important, for the point you just made, Colin, it not being just about the $380, that the charging of $85 is a breach of the law.
Yes. Yes.
That is the first and foremost. That not only as it relates to me, but everybody else that they
Every other Jamaican.
and every other Jamaican deemed to be ill-gotten gain.
Yes. Yes.
So the question will arise: all those monies that were illegally collected.
But it is the
I
same
won't
thing
say
with
anything more about that
it-
for now.
but it's the same thing with the dormancy fee fits. All
Same
those
thing.
dormancy
You're very much
fee
on point.
that they
You are
have
very much on point.
collected. What happened? Hey, come on.
And you realize,
And you have
realize,
legislature. Hold on, let me just say this. You have legislature who the people vote for, because one of the main thing, for your parliamentarian is legislation. They are supposed to draft legislation. And as I said this morning, that the country must be governed by law, not by mere men. Yeah? Continue, Fitz.
if you do further to the point you make, it's a very, very cogent point, that the banks have stopped charging the dormancy fee because it has brought to their attention that they were actually stealing it. They were
Yes.
collecting it illegally. You realize that the government, the Bank of Jamaica, and the government has taken no steps to recover those monies
For
on
the
behalf
people.
of the people.
I have a friend, you see. I have a friend who said that some people who are working for the people, there's a conflict coming from behalf of the people who put them there, but on behalf of the large 2%. Time come. Fits up quickly before you go. I want to talk to you about Portmore becoming a parish, quick and fast.
Well, the Prime Minister, what was happening in Portmore, is two very distinct, well, three, but two essential. One, the Prime Minister was attempting to reintroduce German 1980, in fact, from 79, we had changed the law after 9. Last election we had was 98. When that came to an end, where they inquire themselves and to keep themselves in office, the Prime Minister and the government was attempting to reintroduce that by that draft bill that they circulated to create a parish.
Thanks to
with
Everard
boundaries
Warmington to let out the puss out of the
themselves
back door.
to go around the EOJ. That was one of the main things. The second one is that the government was attempting to overturn the express will, and they wanted to do all of that without any consultation. And because of the pushback from the people,
yes,
and everybody, that this government was carrying us backward. You know what happened in the 80s, where the violence and the murder that took place
yes,
because of the gerrymandering practice and other breach of electoral practices in Jamaica. Now, what you saw and the rest of Jamaica have seen for them with their own eyes is not what I say. Because the government had to publicly come and say, no, them not go with it again, no.
But we need to thank Everard Warmington for letting the puss out of the bag and make people know exactly what was happening.
I understand that them resent him a lot. That's what I hear. Because them saying him should make them know them, make we know them, the public know them secret.
No, but Fitz, it was obvious that's what they were doing. But you imagine if Warmington never come out and say it, when this Prime Minister don't beat to nobody and beat to, and tell how him have integrity, and he's not doing that because he was trying to say that the first time you approached him with it.
Yes.
But he couldn't get away from Warmington saying, listen, when we have gotten the boundaries that we want.
And you know what is a bit disingenuous, Colin? The Prime Minister publicly said that they are withdrawing that pursuit because they don't want it mixed up in politics. What was disingenuous is that the Prime Minister should have used the opportunity to
acknowledge it, claim it and hug it up.
But instead of trying to jump on me.
Hey, the deception that how is the PNP going to counter the level of deception in this election, Fitzgerald?
No, the PNP is not going to counter it. The people of Jamaica must counter it. They must be the voice of the people. And the people must express their voice through channels available to them, which the PNP present. I expect that before you're going to have a lot of money being.
Talk to me.
Because I worked in that by-election.
Yes.
Right? And I have seen the evidence of it myself. I work in the Sherwood area in that by-election. So I thought, so you can fool some of the people sometime.
Yes.
But you can't fool all the people all the time. You can, but after a time, the money loses value and nobody can be purchased anymore. To the polls is that the young people between the age of 18 and 24 is the one hostile to the government because them saying, so you take with for fool.
They've
one
seen
time
it.
and you not take the fool again.
They've seen it.
They have
Somebody.
seen it. They don't have to believe the PNP when we say. Like when I was telling them about what they were planning in Portmore, it was all about that. And them said, no, Fitz run up him out. The PNP does not spread propaganda. Warmington come out and say it.
But.
And not only did Warmington say it,
Yeah.
It was in what they proposed to the boundary.
Yes.
So the people of Jamaica know, in other words, can put it this way, the government has given them the evidence. Given them the evidence. It is for us to use the evidence to convict them. As my good friend Edda Bennett in Hanover eloquently put it to the people. She's a lawyer, She put the evidence before the people, and she asked them, "What is your verdict?" And they all said guilty. The people of Jamaica, guilty of the losses of integrity, trust, and dishonesty that prevail their operation. Look at the housing.
So a few people. One person is asking, the MP for East Portland had stated that she had collected millions of dollars. I hear different figures, 50 million, 100 million, to assist the people with the market in Portland. Coming into an election, how does that look? The fact that they have not turned over that money. Coming in.
The money that was collected, I don't know if it was collected in a private capacity and to whom it was paid. There's a lot of other legal issues that would have to be ferreted out in that case. Who collected the money and whose behalf and for what purpose.
Okay. Somebody else wants you to elaborate on the office of the...
That's an interesting case. The government lambasted, especially Everard Warmington, the office and the office holder. And that tenure finished in November 2022. So over 14 months going.
Yeah.
14 months since that office has been taken. And the government took no steps to fill the office or to restructure the office going forward. And on the eve of the announcement for the election, they rushed into Parliament with a bill that we all saw for the first time to subsume the office of the political ombudsman in the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. Now, I personally and the opposition feel strongly that is a big risk that the government will be taking with the EOJ. For 40 years, no election conducted by the Electoral Office of Jamaica has been challenged by either political party because the integrity of the election and its administration was never in question. Even by usually the ones who lose complain.
Right.
Neither the DLP or the business operation. The government of this day was attempting to overturn that by carrying the political cost and allegation them don't mean the thing.
Ram it through in one day.
Integrity. Talk about preserving integrity to them is waste of time because they don't believe in integrity. They don't practice it.
Let's go to the housing trust, Fitz.
But you know, before I go, I have to comment Carl Samuda,
Yes.
who was one of the early members of the, and he said then he can't allow his conscience to be trampled upon
Yes.
by himself by keeping quiet.
Tired right now.
Him tired of it.
Tired right now.
And him at this stage of his life don't want to see the things that we have achieved successfully
Be
to be
destroyed.
undermined, to be destroyed,
Yeah.
and to return us back to those days.
He was strong. He was strong.
He was strong, and we
Very
really
strong.
respect him for that.
Let's go to the
That is a case where you say conscience and reasonableness
and man
precedence
and madness.
over partisan consideration.
Yes, patriotism. Patriotism.
Yeah, man.
Let's go to the NHT. And I have one more point after that. The NHT Fitz. And before we get deep into it, there was a media house who were trying to say that egg was on the PNP's face because we said that there was a non-disclosure clause in the agreement. I wonder if that radio station read that agreement yet, if they get it to read it.
Well, to my knowledge, the agreement has not come to light as yet.
Because there is a non-disclosure clause in it.
That is a non-disclosure clause. You're ultimately involved with the Petrojam issue, when that young lady who they had politically appointed to be human resource director,
Yes.
right, had broken all of the rules of governance and even the company policy and employed people who were not qualified. And she herself was employed by the management without meeting the minimum employment qualification. She was separated from Petrojam through an agreement with the government via a non-disclosure.
And she got a tidy sum of money.
And she got a golden handshake, about $32 million. She walked away with, though unqualified for the job she was holding, and notwithstanding all the breaches committed under her act. The Prime Minister gave her a golden handshake of over $32 million.
And then he said there wouldn't be any more non-disclosure.
And buried it. Ensure that don't exist anymore. But another one pop up right in his own ministry.
Right in his office.
Right in his own office.
But Fitz, a lot of people are talking about that. For me, that's the minor part of the issue that I have with this NHT deal. And here's my problem with the NHT deal. You go into a contract for a man to build a house. Yes, that's what the NHT does. Fear, no problem. But three side that him now give up no house. $50 million. Fine. We still not have a problem with that. But to offer $20 million or to accept $20 million, what is that? What is that? Is that the profit? Shouldn't there be a profit on the money if it's a minimum of what the NHT lends at? Or if you really want to be serious about the people's trust fund, it should be what the commercial bank lend money at.
Yeah, man,
$20 million. $20 million is less than 1% per annum. Huh?
It's a significant opportunity loss.
Yeah, and a significant opportunity gain by those people who got the money.
Yes. You're correct.
At less than 1% per annum, we are in Jamaica that go. Me want one of that loan there.
No, man, you have to have friends.
If that loan is available, Fitzjackson, me want one. Less than 1% per year. Remember their airport authority and a company called what? First Rock?
Yes.
Isn't that a similar deal where airport authority invested people's money in what they weren't supposed to? And not happen.
It's not worse than that.
Not happen.
Yeah.
How can we
But
do that?
this is the kind of lawlessness that go on in the country. And this is the kind of practice that is devoid of morality, of integrity, and honesty. And some people make the point that the scammers feel that them have similar license to scam.
Of course.
The government, it's happening at governmental level.
Government badness.
Government badness.
My final question to you, Fitzjackson. The Prime Minister statutory filing have not been certified going into 3 years now.
You couldn't ask me a question like that. The answer is right there in the question.
But how we deal? Hold on. When Azan was under investigation for the cubicles that he built to facilitate poor people selling indignity, then in the parliament with Andrew Holness, allowing him to speak and to dictate terms, and we're not calling. And when he get up, when he get, hold on. No, I don't want you to stay out. Get to talk. Why we can't be saying, what about your filing? What about your filing? What about your filing?
Well, that's a good question.
Why we can't do that?
Yes, it's not that it can't be done.
No, when I think about this, it makes me want to puke as somebody who is a patriotic Jamaican. If tomorrow morning we need to take up arms for Jamaica, I'm ready, you know. And we have a Prime Minister embarrassing us like that.
No, the answer is in the question.
Fitzjackson, anything you want to add finally before we go this morning?
I just want to say to the people, your listeners, I know that all of them in Portland listen to you, that much of what we have spoken about a moment ago, they go far beyond opinion and thoughts. They are the facts that are there that they can independently confirm for themselves.
Yes.
Number two, Jamaica belongs to the people and not us who are political representatives. And the interests of the people must always take interest, our class interest in this country. If we don't, then we leave our heroes, the nannies, Paul Bogle, Sam Sharp, Marcus Garvey to turn in their grave because we would have let them down. They fought for us and brought us to where we are. And they put it in our hands. It is our their struggles and sacrifices that they made on our behalf. The opportunity is before us all. And come the 26th of February, they can begin to make the first statement. And next year, they can make the second statement or any time before then.
Fitzjackson, a pleasure talking to you, my brother.
Always, my brother. You take care.
All the best for you and your team in the upcoming election. Bless.
Until the philosophy which old one raised superior and another inferior, permanently discredited and abandoned. Everywhere is war. It's a war that until they're no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. Mr. War, that until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all without regard to race, it is a war that until that day, the dream of lasting peace, world citizenship, Rule of international morality will remaining but a fleeting illusion to be pursued but never attained. Now everywhere is war, war, and until the ignoble and unhappy regime that hold our brothers in Angola, in Mozambique, South Africa, subhuman bondage have been toppled, totally destroyed. Well, everywhere is war. Me say war. War in the east, war in the west, war up north.
Do you know what it means to have a revolution?
Jamaica needs a revolution.
And what it takes to make
Revolution of the mind.
fighting against oppression.
804-7072. Give me a call. Let we talk about anything and everything. After that lecture by Fitz Jackson, Member of Parliament, shadow spokesman on Portmore. I said I want to build a clinic over Portmore. Rubbish. I rubbish that. Over Portmore is where you should be building a state-of-the-art hospital right now. A state-of-the-art hospital should be building in Portmore. And I say that instead of the one at Spanish Town. Build that state-of-the-art at Portmore, and then you fix up Spanish Town. We need a hospital with some class, some dignity. Not just the University of the West Indies. And when I talk about these kind of hospitals, I'm very passionate. I mentioned hospital and Cornwall Regional. Just stand up in front of me. Cornwall Regional Hospital. And I hear the press speech Thursday. Prime Minister, you should mention Cornwall Regional. The kind of bungling and what Cornwall Regional has cost us. To even call Cornwall Regional down a Montego Bay tells me that you're really out of touch with what is happening in this country. $20 billion. When you all got opinions, that it is more expensive to refurbish than to build from scratch. And you see me, Colin Anthony Bell, me can talk because 2016, I was adamant that no refurbishing should take place. I say it then. So, me not talk after the matter, after the fact, I said it 2016. Do not refurbish that building. Tear it down and build a brand new hospital. You all made a boo-boo. Your decision is wrong. Your decision was wrong. $28 billion. I mean, when they said they're going to refurbish, I think it was $2.2 billion was the first figure. And it got to 4, it got to 5, it got to 8, it got to 10, it got to $14 billion. I'm gonna talk about Chris Tufton. So they can't even see when something mash up, go awry. That's why for years the JUTC was deteriorating and they couldn't see it till the JUTC now gone back to before JUTC. When you look at the road in Kingston now with the coaster bus, it's like a weapon. They have let us down. Let us down. Morning, Portland Spice TV.
Morning, Shaka Wagon.
I'm there, you know, man. Where you say, brother?
Well, I'm there. I do like a reflection.
Yes, a maths teacher. I'm glad you called this morning. Because I want you to tell me $20 million and $650 million over 4 years is what percentage that per annum, brother?
20 million and of 400 hours.
$650 million was borrowed. And they got back $20 million on it over 4 years.
That's a little bit of percentage, man.
That's less than 1%, brother.
Yeah, man.
Per annum. I want one of them loan there.
What, it wasn't really a loan, you know?
No, but it worked out to be a loan.
No, man. Let me tell you how I view it. I view it as giving a virgin of money to start to do a thing.
And you give me back when you're done.
And you give a drink. And you just give me a drink.
And you give me a drink.
thank you.
No. But the trust fund. Now remember the NHT, you know, National Housing Trust. It's a trust fund. It's not their money. So you can't give a brethren a drink out of it. You can't do that with that kind of money, brother.
No, that's what you think.
Okay.
That's what you think.
I'll be guided, sir.
But the reality is, we must understand that things reach a point in this country where we're going right back to slavery. If we did actually leave slavery, because the reality is that the ruling class have behaved just like all the overseers and the plantation owners used to behave. Because they don't listen to the people anymore. And that is why I was taken aback when I hear the Prime Minister on Thursday talking about he know what it is to go up to school and to do this. But then me reflect and me say, but the Prime Minister grew up born in the 70s and grew up in the 80s. So the time we talk about was the same time when the JP was ruling Jamaica in the 1980s. But every problem with him identify as a child exists today.
So him not change
so
nothing.
when him ever tell we say him feel the pain. Him feel the pain in the 80s. But guess what? Him ensure now say him people not feel that pain. Because him people not walk on no school.
Talk to me.
The average person now who are run up and down, see them picking, I come to school 2 and 3 days a week. Because they can't afford to go to school. Every problem where him identify, where him say he can identify with, so must be wrong. If him go up in the 80s and go to school in the 80s, and the problem that exists in the 80s still exists today, and you are going to tell me now, say, me must give you a chance when you had parish council for yourself for 7 years, and every problem in the community remain the same. In fact, them get worse.
They get worse. Because hold on, Wilson. I'll tell you one instant where it get worse. Normally, if a drain flood out some people, right after they flood them out, then clean it out, and you hear the people and say, after I flood me out, you know, come. But it flood the same drain flood them out twice, you know.
No,
because nobody still not look on it, you know.
I have been listening to Dean Jackson Miller from Week. And you know him carry different parish councils.
Yes.
And every time you hear somebody from that side talking about their achievement as a council, the central government achievement they talk about.
Yes, and that's why the girl girl where I run against me up in the valley. She says she fix road and how much road she fixing up. And she no counselor yet, brother.
Yeah, and so none of them. So listen, when I listen to what is happening, local government make a sense. Because if local government representatives are going to present what central government do, then we don't need local government.
And that's why we are saying to the people of Jamaica, vote PNP for this local government election. They have been there for 7 years.
You know what I'll say
problem
to the
remains.
people?
Yes.
I'll say to the people, identify the issues, the local government issues in your community, and tell issue. And if you don't address them, you don't need to vote for him.
Definitely.
Because me not tell you say vote PNP or vote JLP. No, I am saying if you live in our community and your garbage not collect, you not have no street lights, your parochial road not even get like a mall, you not have no reason to vote for your president councillor.
And you're not getting adequate water supply.
Why would even go there? You after 7 years, and listen up, they controlled local government for 7 years for most of the councils.
Yes.
They control parish council plus central government. So if after 7 years you can address the needs of the community, why should the people of Jamaica return you to continue for 107?
No, sir. No, sir.
You see, I was saying to some persons yesterday that I am annoyed and upset with a lot of persons who have gone to university in Jamaica. And again, you know why?
Talk to me.
When you go to university, taxpayers pay 80% of your university cost.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Say that again.
You pay 20. So it can't be that after you leave university,
you know business with the country.
You no business with our anti-country.
A country
because
that's cool
the
you.
man who pay GCT, sometimes he can't read. But see him GCT at school you. So you have a duty to ensure that see him life better. Because him contribute to your education. And it cannot be that we continue, you also have young people who does catch up in the hype and the climate and the others. Now all the political representatives to account. And the next thing they think about, me can go foreign. Can me can get a job a foreign. It's a fear.
Not
we
fear,
have a duty to demand more of a political representative. If it is that you're born and you're born a particular color, and when you realize that this color now to what it is supposed to do for the people. No man, you have a duty to say no, you can't continue like this. We have to
I think you also have a duty even to offer yourself to manage the country. If you have the ability.
But look here, me can't understand. And me tell anybody, I was a student of Moti Perkins. So when I go to university and live in Kingston, every day I listen to Moti. I listen to the best of Moti on Saturday morning, just like for you. And you should repeat the best discussions on the weekend. Yeah. I mean, if Moti was alive now, you'd be so disappointed with media in Jamaica.
Yes, the fourth estate has dropped the ball. The media
who's supposed to hold the government accountable
has dropped the ball.
Have dropped the ball. In fact, the media spend more time marginalizing the opposition rather than holding the government accountable.
Wilson, I can tell you something. Mr. Efusa, manager of SATCOM, is from Nigeria. And he said something to me. Well, not just me, he said it to us long time ago when we just started working together. Him say back in Nigeria, when the corrupt people are working, then corrupt everybody. So that means nobody can talk.
No.
They drive everybody in the corruption. And sometimes you wonder about mainstream media.
But listen, that is where we reach now. Because how can you call a conference to talk about local government and local governance and you give one history of your childhood? Of what relevant that it is to us, that is point in time.
No, but even
And every,
even look at some of the other things that you
every time we
mentioned.
hear the Prime Minister history of his childhood, it is different. There's always a new twist.
It's not consistent.
No, every time there must be something new.
There's a saying that says truth is consistent.
Look here, Shaka. The people have been fooled. The people have reached a point where they have taken social media and popularity to mean right. So nobody think about being right. So instead of saying, for argument's sake, that this government now fulfill the mandate of the people, they have not done enough.
Yes.
Let us try somebody else.
Yes.
You know what the argument is? Well, the other side already, they're not better. Now listen, you know, in slavery, when the people are not running from the plantation, you see,
Yes.
they know, say, no saltish no up in the bush, you know.
Then they know that.
They didn't know that.
Yeah.
They don't know what they don't know if lion and tiger they will eat them. But guess what? They wanted a difference. So they had to make a change.
Exactly. Them know so which part them did they never right.
Never right. So they wanted a difference.
Yes,
so whatever the sacrifice is,
We're moving on. We're
we're
moving on.
And I believe that should be the message of the media to show the people and say, look, local governance as exists now have failed the people.
Not working for the people.
And listen, and this election should be a referendum to the people
Yes.
fed up with what is happening. So we're sending a message to look, you have failed us. Because if you give the people them, we have to buy rice and flour 20%. And you take 200 and 250
and 300.
still say that is okay. You're not supposed to leave no country. Because you're the first place. You did already could have buy your flour. So if your salary did require a 250% increase, why the little man down at the back should only get 20?
Yes. Yes.
And the people can't say that is enough to show that these people don't care about the majority of poor people.
All I really want to say is they don't really care about us. Boom.
Shaka, me a teacher. The enrollment number every school in Jamaica dropped. And anybody tell otherwise, I lie them and tell.
Hold on.
Tell them to go to any school and ask them.
But hold on, why it drop? It is because of the low birth rate. Because we're having a low birth rate in Jamaica too.
No, that is not it.
So you're saying that
are on the register.
the students are
But they
on
can't
the
come and school
register.
5 days a week.
Hold on, Wilson. The students are on the register, but
can't
they are
come and school 5 days a
unable
week.
to come to school. Then what we're
Because
breeding?
listen,
Then what we're breeding? Then what we're breeding?
what we're breeding? We're breeding people who you can give $5,000 on t-shirt and make sure that everybody in that house will remain loyal.
Or give them an unlicensed bike.
Yes. I'll give them some boom and some rum. And when, after the election, they become nuisance to the other people within their community.
Yes.
Because that is what's happening, you know. They become nuisance. So you can't left that even one buckle out your yard. One drink back because they want teeth if you go tell.
You can't grow one banana around at the back of your house because they can cut it.
No, because they won't cut it. Because all the time they see these people is no, and they don't provide no opportunity for them. None whatsoever. You can't come tell me, say, you name Mr. Portland, and tell me what initiative where you do in a Portland to galvanize the youth and get them to become worthwhile citizens. Show me.
Hold on. I tell somebody that the other day, you know, Wilson. I tell somebody that the other day, show me where they have made the people lives better. Show me.
That's exactly. Don't talk to me about readiness or opposition. Let us discuss what is happening now. We need a change.
Need a new direction.
When we say we need a change, I am not advocating for any political party at this juncture.
But what is going on?
Where we are now, we can't continue so.
Can't continue. Wilson, big up yourself.
Yeah, man, cool.
We'll talk again.
for your right. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Saturday morning radio.
Stand up.
Saturday morning TV.
The fight.
Portland Spice, we're on.
Preacher man, don't tell me heaven is under the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth. It's a call that Peter is gold. After story had never been told. So now you see the light. Hey, stand up for your right. Hear the words of the Rastaman. Babylon is rolled on down. Babylon is rolled on down.
It is no joke. It is no joke time. And there's one thing that was right in the article. This did the election. An election to change direction. Totally. Not just to vary, but to change direction. Not a slight adjustment. The people in the fellowship division has been without a counselor for over 3 years. And I say to them that if the present administration had really believed in local government, or really think that the people need representation, they would have allowed for a by-election or something to ensure that somebody is in the area looking after the people, looking after the people's interests. It is the same thing in the Fairfield division. And that shows that they don't care. They don't think that this is necessary. So I'm saying especially to the people in the divisions around Jamaica, because there are quite a few of them across Jamaica, that those people should ensure that the Labour Party don't win in those divisions. No matter which division they are, the Labour Party should not win in any division that presently don't have a councillor. Because it shows the people that lack of care, that lack of interest. Turn off your TV or your phone. It shows a lack of interest. And therefore the people should find them guilty. Morning, Auntie Dawn.
Morning.
How you do?
Greetings to you and your listeners.
Welcome.
Yes, give thanks. All the best for 2024.
Same
especially
to you.
The end by the end of this month.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Yes.
I wish
in
you
the name
all
of
things
Jesus
positive.
Christ. Yes.
Yes, man. Now, I'm listening. First of all, boy, your program I get a beaten today. It looked like because you did have Ralston last week and it was so crystal clear. You can't make you have 2
Clear.
weeks following up.
Jesus.
Because with Fitz, man, it can't, I just pure itching. Plenty of the things that wasn't coming across clearly, you know.
Word of mercy.
It's so sad.
We were having internet problems here, as we explained earlier, and now it looks like the internet has settled down. You know, there's still issues with the internet. Don't know what's going on this morning because at one time
no, it coming out clearer since Fitz come off it. Conspiracy theories.
The devil is a liar.
Yeah, man.
In the name of Jesus.
No, man, me come from the era of the conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Yeah. When them against you, all kind of methods can be used. Fifth column is and all kinds. So we come from that era. No, me not come from the Androless era, the 80s. Me understand 1980 when them said turn them back. Eddie was to turn us back. I know we can't come forward yet. We're trying.
Hold on there. Me never hear that. There was a
Whatever.
statement that says turn them back. If you turn them back.
Them theme for 1980 election was turn them back. Eddie, me say if you turn them back. That was the theme song for 1980
Yeah,
election.
me never. Me miss that.
Kai, you never, man. You
No.
did a little picnic them time.
I was a youth, but I was not a baby. 1980.
Yeah, but you still
Well,
maybe-
1980, I was
maybe
9
you-
years old. Yeah,
Yeah, you were still a child.
Yeah.
And you never so sharp.
not at all.
Maybe.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I'm a country
Because
boy.
we tell
So,
them say,
yeah,
no, but it was for the whole Jamaica.
yeah. Turn them back.
Yes, man, that was the theme song for 1980 election. Because you see, them claims say them a turn we back from communism.
Oh, okay.
But not communism, them a turn back. Them a turn we back. They turned us back from progress.
Talk to me.
Because all the things that was forward going towards our development. Because the foundation was just, it never one block out of the ground when Michael in the 70s.
It was just been laid. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And so, you know, say if you start lick down the house from this, so it's hard for it build up back, you know.
Yeah, because
It's
it
not
needs the
easy.
foundation. It needs
Yeah.
that.
Got
foundation.
eroded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, because the things them with them did cut out in the 80s, like the Jamal and the AMC and
Yeah.
them progressiveness. them,
Yeah, yeah.
You know. Anyway, now we into the election mode. We have to also understand, you know, local government elections. I hear you talking about, you know, people must query their candidates.
Yes.
However, you see, and I'm hoping the local government people understand JLP has always not considered local government an entity or an institution. They water it down. Every time them come in, them water down local government.
Yeah.
And people, and most of us don't know the role of local government.
Well, that's
So
the
people
big
don't
part
know
right
what
there,
their councillors supposed to do. Eh?
That's the big part right there, no. People,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't
And-
understand the
and the-
rules and functions.
And the PNP don't help with public education. Them stop that. The PNP used to be a very strong when it comes to political education, you know.
Yes.
But they have stopped that because them get modern too. And so a lot of people, they don't understand, because some of the things people expect of their councillors. Because I hear you play a thing where the lady will go run, she go run again.
Yeah.
I talk about education. Local government, that's not their role. That's not local government's role to deal with education. Education is central government.
Yeah, but they
So
do have a role doing an anti-dan. They do have a role to ensure that these things are in place. I mean, not to do it, but to ensure that it is there and working to the benefit of the people. Because you have to also remember that your local authority, you know, really controls the parish locally. They're supposed to govern it and ensure that everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. So they have a role
But
to
the
play.
thing, well, okay, you explain that to me, but I'm saying that the candidates must focus on the major role of local government.
Yes.
When you get in, then you can deal with minor roles. But people have to understand your major roles so that people don't call councillors assistant MP. Because plenty of people think that the councillors are assistant MP.
No, they are not.
So
They
if
are
you can't
elected
find-
by the people to stand up on their own. You know?
Me and you know that, but how many people do? Because usually them say if them not find them councillor, them are go. If them don't find them MPs, the councillor then come to and want the councillor to relate to the MP. The councillor and the MP is a team, you know, but they have different roles.
Yes.
And we have to let people understand. So you don't ask of your councillor what he cannot manage
Well,
or is
can't
not in his
deliver.
portfolio. Yeah. Yes, so we don't get asking them to fix the main road when them can't afford it, and then some of the council, them maybe them don't even understand them when talk like say them can make representation for that. they have the minor roads to deal with, and that is what they can deal with. And so, these are some of the things that our councillors, our local government representatives have to understand. I don't know if you heard the talk. I hear Mr. Your maths teacher there, Wilson, was speaking. Before we go to the talk to the Mayor of St. Thomas, listen, I don't want people apologetic when you're taking a militant stance. If we are going to say people must make the change, and what is the change from what we have now? What is the change? Who we can make the change to? We can't apologize like we don't know what. It's only PNP, there is not a third party.
Well, I tell people all the
Or
while,
if there is even a third party, them not strong enough to carry any weight.
I tell people all the
Because
while,
them not everywhere.
the only
So
organization
you
that
can't
can
say make a
rescue
change.
Jamaica is the PNP.
You can't say, boy, it's time for a change now. Whoever, you're apologetic right there and then. Because the only change is for the PNP to come into place.
Yes.
Or
yes.
if you want it, stay where it is. So we not have, you're going like we have a wide choice of alternatives. We don't.
It's two roads.
Either.
Two roads.
Yes, two roads.
Yes.
And it's coming like when me hear even some people in the diaspora. Me telling you something. Jamaica is not the Republican. He's a conservative or Labour. So how not going like Jamaica have different choices?
Only two.
Is it a PNP? One is conservative and one is Labour. One is Democratic and one is Republican. Same difference.
Same so.
Yes. So, now, did you hear the interview with the St. Thomas mayor and his minority leader the other day, Andy and Jackson?
No, I did not hear it. Talk to
me. It's like everyone me know, betting could I hear it. Would you believe she did a vox pop? Everybody's talking about the roads, which is parish council roads. You hear them talking about. You don't really hear them talk about the highway. So them talk about them little road in them district and so.
Yeah.
That is what. When she came back, she said, well, everybody's talking about the road. Well, let me explain that, local, central government, you have to get the funding from fix the road and, it's limited.
Right.
So him said they have a program where they do like one road a month. Yeah. And him, him explain, say, it's Holy Road in a St. Thomas.
Yes.
So, it don't look like we're doing anything. And talk. And the other minority man, him come up talking about what development has been done in his division. Talk about like fix or renovate center and some other things. So she said, what that have to do with the roads? So, say, money are running a film division. In other words, money are running a film division. And they went on. So she said in the long part, that listening to both of you, I thought it sounds as if local government not really serving a purpose then if everything have with and central government.
Right.
They may say,
no.
You know why we're having that? Because this local government minister is micromanagement. He practices micromanagement.
The minority leader said that?
The mayor.
Oh, the mayor said that?
The minority.
Oh, Hubert said that? Okay.
Yep. They think Naga said that limited for fix the roads. And I agree with that. Wanted to talk about the things that happen.
Parish council.
Yes, the roads. But he said that his micro management a lot is holding back because You know, she said, give an example. Him say, like, for example, if you have an emergency in the parish,
Yeah.
the law said that the administrative head name again, well, the CEO maybe.
The CEO,
I don't know,
yeah,
the
man.
position change now.
CEO, them call it now.
So, yeah, the CEO, the person who heads the engineering section, the
And
technical
the
section,
superintendent, yeah.
and the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Three of them can make a decision
To
as
use
it
the
relates to things. Yeah.
Right.
But him say it can't, you know, because you still have to get approval
From the ministry. And those councils
from the ministry.
And those councils that are run by PNP mayors, them are going to hold them.
It's under more stress.
Yeah, man.
Why
hold
is
them on
it?
political
Yes.
victimization.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
And I don't take it to court. You know, well, him know say him alone couldn't take it to court, and him say, you know, your people now want to get transferred, them now want.
And we have to take him to court.
And it came out again when you spoke about the caretaker counselor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How she is talking about fixing it. That means that they
them authority over these things.
Yes.
So
yes, it's happening in Portmore too.
Auntie Dawn,
it happens in Portmore. Be seriously looked into.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well,
anyway, waiting there. I made a comment in the paper thing there about Spanish Town getting another hospital
right.
on Portmore.
Layout what really should happen. And I totally agree with him. We should be using this money to build a state-of-the-art hospital in Portmore. Yeah? And then we fix up Spanish Town.
Fix Spanish Town. Because when Portmore people sick at town or Spanish Town, you know,
yeah, man.
Town is about 78 miles, depending on where in Portmore, because you have some sections of Portmore maybe 10 miles from town.
But
people don't understand how big a 50-odd communities in a Portmore, you know.
But then they want to make Portmore into a parish. Auntie Dawn, we're going to talk
okay.
Again. Bless up
all
yourself.
Right, take care.
One love.
Yes, sir.
The song is called Redemption Song. Until we meet again next week, may the good Lord continue.
To the merchant ship, in its after day to kai. From the bottomless pit, but my end was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. Forward in this generation. Won't you help to sing a song of freedom? It's all I ever had.